on passage with, and we're off the coast of New Jersey. It is a beautiful afternoon, a little chilly. What do you say, Mom? You having fun?
Nice in the sun.
Nice in the sun. And the boys are doing pretty well for the most part. They normally just get seasick and pass out in different places. We dosed them up and trying out these new ear things. Mike is still asleep, but everybody else is awake.
No, he's up now.
He's up now. So we're sailing. We've got the sails up. We're doing 6.5 to 7.2 knots. We're motor sailing at the moment because we're making water. We're charging the batteries. We let them run down over the last few days. And we're shading our solar, so we're just having to dump power in from the alternators. And the alternators aren't charging at a full rate. I need to figure that out. But this is why you have to be Semper Gumby as a sailor. One of our Facebook groups just told us that the Chesapeake Deleware Canal is closed. And there's no notices anywhere about it. So they've been trying to search for it. I searched for it for a while. Tracy searched for it for a while. You coming through? And I ended up calling the canal traffic control office and talked to the dispatcher there, and she informed me the canal is closed. She doesn't know if it's going to be a hot mess or not. There's a salvage ship on the way. So our plan, like I said this morning, was to leave New York with the tide, go down and get sucked up the Delaware River with the tide and current, and then ride into the canal and get pushed over to the Chesapeake. Well, that's kind of on hold because the dispatcher didn't know if the salvage operation would be done tonight by the end of her shift or 2 weeks. And they don't have a way to publish it anywhere. She told me that the Coast Guard might do it regularly scheduled updates, but wasn't really sure about that. And that they don't post anything anywhere. They only broadcast on VHF channel 13, which has a very limited mile range. So Semper Gumby, always flexible. We could poke into Brigantine at Atlantic City and hole up. We could go all the way down to Cape May. We've got time. We're not in a rush to get down to Annapolis or anywhere. We've built time in our schedule. We just have a nice window, and it's going really, really well today. I mean, to be averaging 6.5, 7 knots, I can't complain about at all. Happy with how the boys are doing, how the boat's doing other than that alternator thing. I'm not sure if we've got some slippage on the belts or not. We'll see. We'll figure it out. It's okay. We're still producing plenty of power, just not charging as fast as I like. Everybody's taking a shower because we got all this water and all this hot water. And we're doing well. Everything okay, Mom? It's all good. Semper Gumby. Because right now, the Chesapeake and Delaware River Canal, whatever, Bay Canal, is closed. Update you guys more later. Middle of the night watch. It's actually 1:12 a.m. So it's not quite the middle of the night. I've got Riley here at the helm with me. His head's down. He's got a dark hoodie on, so he's like darkness, shrouded in darkness over here. So for all effective purposes, he's a ghost. We are just off the coast of Atlantic City. We left Coney Island this morning, or yesterday about 11 a.m. And conditions were not bad when we left. We did have some favorable wind. Right now we've got, there's zero wind out here. We're actually making our own wind. 2 to 3 foot seas probably. We've got a line of tugs and other large vessels about 6 miles offshore. We're about 3 miles offshore, so they're about halfway in that. They're double what we are out. We got some friends boats that are catching up to us. We got Tiger Lily right behind us. Somebody we met in Hampton, Virginia last year. They
salty dog. They went on the Aruba rally, and Tracy's been active in that group, communicating for the last year. So she's developed several good friendships. And Tiger Lily, she sailed out of harm's way from storms from Hurricane Lee and other storms, especially when I was gone. Kind of like a buddy boat. They're about 3.5 miles behind us. We're going about 5.5 knots. We're just motoring. They're going 7.3, so they've got kicked up a little bit. They'll pass us about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so, but they'll stay close. Our ultimate goal is still clawing up the Delaware River and into the Chesapeake Deleware Canal. Corps of Engineers and the canal authorities still say it's closed, but will possibly reopen at 6 a.m. And we've developed our own little network to keep each other updated. I've got a phone number I'm going to call before I pass Cape May, which is the bottom tip of New Jersey, before we make the cut up. So far the plan's worked. Had favorable conditions out here. We rode out on a tide. We got good pushes from tide. We kind of come in close to shore and let it push us out a little bit quicker. And our timing to get to the Delaware River lines up just after slack tide and current of the river reverses. So we should get about a knot and a half push up the river. It's a good ways up. And if everything stays on course, which it should, we should be at the mouth of the canal just after the time where its flow reverses. I'm happy with the passage so far. I'm thrilled with the way the boys have stepped up, and they've all taken shifts. Riley's up with me now. Camden will be up in, I think, 3 hours. We've got a 6-hour shift. Sorry. It was a little loud when I was trying to lay down. It was way 5 or 6 hours before bedtime. I only slept about an hour and a half, but basically just laid there in the dark, my eyes closed. I feel really rested. It is a little chilly. I'm wearing my sweatshirt. When you're on a boat, you might have 1 or 2 sweatshirts if you're not a cold water cruiser. I am still wearing shorts, but you can see I'm wearing my offshore auto-inflating life vest. Riley's got his on. We got the lifelines closed up. We're as safe as we can be. We're monitoring VHF. We've got the chart plotter. Let's see if I can reverse it. If not, we'll go from there. See the chart plotter. You can actually see our track from where we came out of Atlantic City last time. This is our track, which shows the enhanced depth that I was talking about earlier. And if we look behind us, we can find Tiger Lily right there. Tiger Lily's that boat I was talking about, and then off a little bit offshore out here is some of those other boats I was talking about being just out in the distance. So just wanted to keep you guys updated and kind of show you what a nighttime watch and a day in the life of an offshore passage looks like. A lot more relaxed than our first couple, and getting more confident and relaxed every time we do one of these. I can see where many of the rallies want you to have X number of offshore overnight passages under your belt, just so you can gain this kind of confidence. Hopefully it will be close to sunrise when I check in with you guys again. That's enough for now. Okay, next edition of our vlog of our passage from Coney Island through the Chesapeake Deleware
River Canal into the upper Chesapeake Bay. It's a beautiful day. It was until my phone got knocked down. Let's see, let's try that again. A little bit of a wake there. We'll call it a power boater. Went by at about 30 knots just a minute ago. We had a pretty uneventful passage overnight. We did have the alternator belt loosened up or stretched or loosened up a little bit over on port, so I tightened that up this morning. I knew it wasn't outputting everything it should be yesterday. That's why it was taking so long to charge the batteries. But it's been easy. The big foul up and the big question mark that has hung over us for a long time is the Chesapeake Deleware Canal was closed yesterday afternoon for an unknown period of time. And the Canal Control Office had no clue as an approximate timeline if it was going to be 1 day, 2 days, 3 weeks, 45 days to clear whatever it was. We got word late last night it might open at 6 a.m. and when I called at 6:45 this morning it had not opened, and then the Canal Control within 2 minutes got on the radio and said it was opened but it was closed again for fog. Maybe. It was really ambiguous on the radio, wasn't it? So I laid down, took a couple hour nap. Skipper here was at the helm, and we got the all clear. It's all open. And right now we're in the Delaware River, which is huge. It's the biggest river I've been in on our boat.
Broad, not deep.
What's the depth here?
60 feet. It is a ship's channel.
It's a ship's channel. It is huge. It is. Let me get up and show you guys. It is miles wide. And we have seen a couple of crab pots. I mean, you really have to look for them with a pair of binoculars. It's several miles that way to land, and it's several miles the other side to land. Now there are some shallow spots, and when we came down this, there was a lot of fog. This area is really prone to fog, and there are fog little lighthouses all the way up and down it, because this is a big shipping channel with ships that go into the top of the Chesapeake and into Philadelphia. Oh, there we go. So what are we doing? Our plan is to head towards Annapolis. We've got all of our friend group from the Ragged Stragglers from the Bahamas. Several of them are based out of just below Annapolis, and there's a birthday celebration there this weekend for a birthday that happened yesterday, and I think we're having chocolate brownies. No, it's not Miguel. It's Miguel's son. Okay.
But I will make him brownies.
But we will make him brownies. We'll make everybody brownies. That's what we do. We also could probably use some propane top off over
You'd
there.
be brokenhearted if he was like, yeah, you know, I just really don't make the brownies.
I would be brokenhearted.
No, I wouldn't. I would just eat them all myself.
You know what he's probably going to say is, Mr. Andy, will you make dump cake?
I've missed your brownies.
Oh, this is big and peaceful and easy to navigate. There's been boats traveling with us all night. It was nice to chit chat with people on the radio all night, and I texted with a bunch of people during the night watch. If you didn't get texted overnight, you're welcome. But everything's going great. We'll probably check in again when we get into the canal. It's a brisk flowing canal. It was the fastest canal. It was the first fast canal we went through, wasn't it? we got in behind Sheliak and it like sucked you through. We were doing over 10 knots. It's like, Bob's your uncle, hold on. Neat. If you're up in the area, go to the Chesapeake Deleware Canal Museum. It is free for use. It's an Army Corps of Engineer museum, and really, really neat the way that that whole area and that site was selected, and the pumps that they used to have to use to keep the water flowing through for commerce. We're gonna wrap this one up for now and be back later. Our next installment in the passage from New York to the Chesapeake,
Wherever it is we're going.
wherever it is we're going. We're like 28, 29 hours in, something like that. We left at 11 in the morning yesterday, and it's
350.
3:50 right now. 3:50.
350.
We're in the Chesapeake Delaware Canal, which joins the Delaware River, which is huge. It's wide, it's deep, it's flat, for miles wide. And we rode up about a 2 knot current pushing us up. Basically the river flowing backwards from the tide rising. And now we're riding a similar current through the Chesapeake Delaware River Canal. I think it's right at 2 knots right now, and it's supposed to max out here in about 15 minutes. We've got a tug and barge behind us. If you look back there, you can see them. We're hoping to get to a place where we can get out of their way. We're doing 8.2 knots. They'll probably be doing 10 or 11 once they get in here. But we'll communicate with them. It's been a great day. It's a heat wave.
Oh, so hot. May's got some sunscreen.
We're all hiding from the sun. It's like 85 degrees.
Huh? I don't worry about him.
It's
Thank you.
85 degrees. The sun's just beating down on us.
We're not used to that bright, shiny thing up there.
We're not. We've been sequestered into the boat for like ever. And even in New York, when you're underground or in the shadow of all the buildings, you're not really in the sunlight, even when the sun's out.
Like a bunch of mushrooms.
Yeah. But we're heading south. It's bow shore bust! I hadn't done that today. Sorry. Skipper over here is crocheting. What are you crocheting, Skipper?
I'm making granny squares.
What are you going to use the granny squares for?
A granny square sweater.
You're going to do trivets?
So I can sweat to death. Like, why do I make sweaters? I don't... What? It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
So our plan for the evening, if everything goes well, is we'll get launched out of here before dark. Sunset's 6:30.
Hopefully not on the bow of the barge coming up behind us.
Hopefully not end up on the bow. I'm going to do some pictures.
Hey, I need the handheld.
This canal was closed overnight for a salvage operation of a submerged vessel, and Cape May has a little cut through that we can't go through because of height restrictions of our mast. It looked like a new catamaran. Hope it wasn't heading down to the boat show. Got caught up under there and snapped its mast off, and I'll put a picture right up here of that.
Don't cause pain to these people.
Rodrigo and Penelope and everyone else aren't going to know them.
Did it not get put on the charger?
It was.
And it's not on the charger, but it's still there. Go put it on the charger, please.
Anyway, we're doing well. We'll check in again later. And action!
What's action?
Action!
Are you talking to yourself?
Yes.
Oh my god, you're so stupid.
We just shut off the engines and anchored. Nick and Micah needed to get off the boat so bad they jumped in the water. I don't think they care about any like stinging nettles or anything.
Or the fact that it's freezing, or there's a megalodon down there.
There could be a megalodon in there. We're in the very top of Chesapeake Bay. Just came through the Chesapeake Delaware River Canal. We're in the Bohemia River. Is that right?
So fitting. Yes, you said it right. Riley, you missed it.
You missed the sunset. I got the sunset right there. Camden,
Yes.
how was that passage? Other than you sleeping through your shift in the middle of the night.
I'm sorry about that.
And he came out and
Are you
slept
really
over
sorry about it? Okay, now to be clear, you've slept through a shift before.
several.
I've never had a shift. And I've always been outside.
Okay, wait.
You are outside. He was outside.
Yeah, I've never had it. We've never had shifts before that.
Hey. Well,
Look at that sunset.
it is gorgeous.
So pretty.
It's so smooth in here. It's almost like a lake.
Do you want to go to DC?
No.
I think I
We
do.
can pull the anchor out. I'm just kidding.
We're not going tonight. I mean,
We're not
it's
going this week.
only 65 miles, I think. Riley, how was that passage?
Pretty good. Smooth.
But did you die?
But did you die? Did you see movement on the water wheel?
No, I did not.
Then why don't you tell them that?
I did not see anything.
And we're back. So 31 hours. I'll do something up here with the time lapse of our travels. But it all worked out. We
Good.
Alert.
alert.
Mother of Asians is out of jasmine rice.
No, you're not.
Out.
Out
That's it.
of jasmine rice.
Yeah, that's like a southerner being out of grits. I'm just saying.
It is. We ran out of grits before. The neat things that we did is the boat's rock solid, reliable. I mean, other than an adjusting on a alternator belt.
Yeah, but that was human error.
Anyway, it ran great. We nailed all the currents, leaving Coney Island,
Here's for planning.
all the way down the coast, getting past Cape May, getting sucked up the Delaware River, across the canal, with everything else going on. We planned this one really well, and I'm really proud and excited about that, because there's something for going offshore, there's something for making passages inshore, but to time several rivers passages, it's a big deal. But this is a day in a life.
I didn't hear it.
We're going to wrap this one up. Remember, clean up after yourselves, tell your friends and family you love them,
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was just it.
Yep, it just started working.
and
Okay, don't hit it. Clean it.
love you guys. Peace out.